Ministers of Government fanned out across the Potaro-Siperuni region, Region 8, last weekend in an exercise where they met with residents and reviewed and discussed further developmental works for their communities. In this week's Extended, we take a closer look at some of these meetings.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
First Lady Ms. Sandra Granger's passion for the education of the nation's children and young people was most evident when she made the journey to Region 8 to speak with them about government's latest investment in the area of education. The First Lady was accompanied by Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Honorable Sidney Allicock and Social Protection Minister Honorable Amna Ali on a visit to Paramakatoy. As she greeted residents, the First Lady had an important message for the young people of the community.
We can start the young people on STEM robotics, because wherever we have gone, we found the children are very excited about it and engaged. So I hope that in the not too distant future I can come back with some trainers to do robotics camps for the school children.
Mrs. Granger said a similar project catering to early school leavers was already underway at Madia.
You can get on the ICT workshop as well, which we do for young people, school teenagers, people who have dropped out. So you learn some skills, and as I said, the beauty of that is you could stay right at home and work and make your connections and learn how to use the internet in all its good varieties, let me put it that way, so that you can be part of the development of the country.
Minister of Social Protection, the Honorable Amna Ali, took the opportunity to celebrate with the community's elderly, reminding everyone that senior citizens ought to be honored at all times. As she got ready to celebrate with the senior community members, Minister Ali too reminded villagers of government's plans to link the coast and the hinterland.
Our President, His Excellency President David Granger, believes that what the people on the coastland enjoy, the people in the hinterland must enjoy. And so we want to bridge that gap between the hinterland communities and the coastland.
Following their meeting, Minister Ali and the First Lady presented sporting equipment and athletic uniforms to the enthusiastic young people of Paramakatoy. To the women's group, much-needed sewing machines were presented. During his address, Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, the Honorable Sidney Allicock, spoke candidly to residents, telling them that the coalition government remained the best answer for the continued development of Guyana.
For the last 4.5 years, we have been trying our utmost to bring relief, to bring opportunities, and to be bringing that partnership that is so badly needed in this country to build our communities, its economy, and working towards the green state development through a green economy leading on to a good life. We believe that the government, the coalition government, is the best answer for your development, our development, and to give each and everyone the very best opportunity.
Over at Monkey Mountain, several issues were addressed during the visit of Minister of Public Health, the Honorable Valda Lawrence, and Minister within the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, the Honorable Valerie Garida Lowe.
This is a part of our agenda as a government. We don't believe that people must come to us. We believe that as the leaders of the country, we must go to the people.
Among the requests made to Minister Lawrence were the need for a health post in the region, for a doctor to be stationed in the area, transportation for emergency situations, and to conduct home visits and an improved communication system between the regional administration and the village. In response, Minister Lawrence noted that her team had already brought with them items requested by the community. However, other items listed will be provided at a later time. She noted her confidence in the National Health Service continuing to improve significantly.
I took over health in 2017, and to date I have been fighting that the money must come to Ministry of Public Health, because we have been having to cut our programs at the national level to address these situations where we go. It is still a battle, but we will continue. Tushar, I have no doubt, and the CHW, and Mr. King, about the communication problem, and about the Medivac problem, and about the CRIF problem, CHW. Because I asked my office to call to find out what is it you need so that we can bring it in.
As it relates to having a doctor in the region, Minister Lawrence assured that this matter too will be addressed.
You talk about the labs, equipment for the lab, the room, and so on. As I said, that is what we're already embarking. We already have this for an upgrade. So in terms of you having the room and the equipment and so for the labs, that is what you'll be having in the next year. That is in the next year budget for the upgrade of the center.
As part of the upgrade, the ministry has committed to ensuring that an ATV is purchased and assigned to the Monkey Mountain Health Post. Further, there is a short-term system in place for a doctor to be deployed to the community for the remainder of the year. This will be done as the ministry develops a longer-term solution.
In the interim, however, that next week we're going to send up a medical outreach and they will bring your stuff also.
Minister Lawrence also committed to sending 2 doctors to the community next month on a temporary basis until the situation is worked out, as well as 4 patient care assistants to provide aftercare services to recovering patients who will be staying at the Indigenous home in Georgetown.
Meanwhile, in Kopenhagen, the minister within the Ministry of Communities with responsibility for housing, the Honourable Annette Ferguson, pledged that the closing of the gap between the coast and hinterland continues.
And that is why His Excellency made it very, very clear that in his administration, the time has come for us to bridge the coastland with the hinterland. So whatever, be it in education, be it in health, be it in infrastructure, is happening on the coastland, you, the indigenous people, must be able to benefit.
Accompanying was Minister of Social Cohesion, Honourable Dr. George Norton. The 2 ministers actively addressed matters on the ground, while requests for village transportation, firearm licenses, a rehabilitated playfield, primary school bridge, airstrip, community youth centre will be forwarded to the relevant authorities for redress soonest. Commitments were made to assist the Copenhagen farmers diversify crop production with the provision of seeds and technical assistance via the Ministry of Agriculture. At Cato, the Ministry of Education has been collaborating with the Ministry of Public Telecommunications to provide internet access and 21st century learning opportunities for all hinterland communities. During the recent ministerial visit to the community by Minister of Education, Dr. the Honourable Nicolette Henry, Minister of Public Telecommunications, Honourable Catherine Hughes, and Minister of Public Infrastructure, Honourable David Patterson, students benefited from a donation of electronic tablets.
Well, as you know, we have gotten the secondary school up and running. That's the Cato Secondary School. And from all reports, it would seem as though a lot of learning is taking place based on your recent grade 9 exam results. I was happy to see that your school was able to do well in the region. And in fact, it turned out to be the best performing school at the grade 9 levels.
And really what we've been doing is putting internet at the school at Cato. So I came back to check on that internet. We want to expand it a bit.
So far, 72 remote hinterland villages have benefited from internet connectivity, allowing increased access to public services in hinterland communities. Cato Secondary School is home to students from several catchment areas across the Pataro-Siparuni region. It is equipped with internet access and a smart classroom, rendering it the most modern school in the entire region.
Staying in Cato, we also hear of a win-win situation with the Cato Hydropower project.
Right behind us, you will see what we call the Cheong Falls, and obviously one of the indigenous falls to the area. This is where the hydropower will be located. The idea is at the bottom of this fall, we put a penstock whereby we channel the water without disturbing the flow, the fish, the environment, and that water will generate, will turn a turbine, we will generate electricity. If you see, when you pan out, you will see a slightly flat area. That's where the powerhouse will be. And that is on stock, that's ready, the contract's been signed, the approval has been given by everyone. Us, our country, Guyana is putting some of the money, and the IDB has given us a grant, so one that's very important, we don't have to pay back for it. And the contract means BJ Civil Works has been awarded a contract. They have a 2-year contract, but I would just advise they expect to be finished in 18 months' time. And obviously they're doing their mobilization now. And when they're finished, the falls is 150 kilowatts, and that will power the school as well as the village, the cluster houses in the village, the Cato village.
Minister Patterson said the project will facilitate the rehabilitation of the road between Karasabai, located in the North Rupununi Savannas, to Cato village. B&J Civil Works, the contractor for the hydropower project, will transport materials for the roadworks during the same period the company is preparing to move materials and equipment into Cato for the hydro project. According to Minister Patterson, this will allow the Public Infrastructure Ministry to fast-track the upgrades to the road between the two indigenous villages along with other community works in Cato.
Once the project is completed, Cato will stand out as the first indigenous village and the only community within the country to be powered 100% by renewable energy. That's it for this edition of InfoHub Extended. Thanks for watching and do join us again next time. Goodbye.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.